Azlin Ahmad, editor, Middle Eastern Gulf and Asian crude oil markets. Agros Media is with us. What is your perspective as far as crude is concerned? The recent fall that you have seen, the flip-flop that you saw regarding production yesterday, what does all of the data indicate and tell you?
Well, I think that he gave a very good wrap of what's happening with the crude oil prices. Right now, the market is still watching what's happening with China because I think that in the last 2 days, there's been indications that the COVID cases in China have risen, and this seems to show that Beijing is still looking to remain quite rigid in its COVID measures. There are some lockdowns. There's a lot of mass testing. So that, to a large extent, will have a big impact on demand and will probably keep prices under pressure. But we have to keep a watch on what happens in December after the EU sanctions are implemented, because it's very uncertain what will happen with Russian crude exports. Right now, the market is relaxed because it feels that as prices come down, that the price cap can be implemented, that Russia will continue to export, but it's still not a done deal. There are still uncertainties. So I think we're going to see a very volatile market in terms of crude, but these are the two things that could push prices lower or higher. And I think the market will be watching very closely China and Russia.
Okay, so China and Russia remain the two important factors really to watch out for, and it's going to be a volatile market the way we have seen the entire year as well. But Azlin, just wanted to get your take. Do you think this is more of a demand issue that we are seeing at the moment? Because supply-wise, you pointed out that we have seen what has happened throughout the year with respect to Russia, etc. But now, is there a worry that even when China opens up, the demand is going to be on the lower side?
Well, I think that there is some worry about the demand for sure. And I think that the prices right now are being pulled down mainly because of demand. So if China gets its COVID issue, settles out, and it does open up, I think that there is optimism that the demand will stabilize. There is concern, obviously, that the interest rates, rising interest rates, will have impact on inflation. We're not going to see a huge surge in demand, but I think that there is that concern over demand. On the supply side, there is Russia, but also I think we have to keep in mind that should the market become very oversupplied and oil prices really fall very sharply, that OPEC has proven that it can and it will react either way to balance out the market, either to increase or to decrease supplies. So that's a bit of a swing factor. So, but at the moment, the market is very focused on the declining demand, particularly in China.